All right. I think we are live. Let me double check. It looks like we might be. Yep, we're good. All right. What's going on, guys? Sam back again. We are tackling the same thing we were on Thursday, which is trying to morph graphics into a logo. So just going to start this here. So here's what we got. We've got, last time I left off, I was trying to morph one of the lines into this right shape over here, the right ear. Here, let's see. Cool. Okay, so I was trying to morph this right ear from a line. So right now I have it rendered out because I did the ear and the face. So here are both of the lines, and then they follow a path, and then they morph into the shapes, and then they fade into the actual shapes. So the morph, the reshape effect, which is what causes them to, go from the line to the actual shape that they need to be, is not like the most perfect effect. It's really just about like the movement, and I also want to like add more motion blur to it to make it so that like it moves really fast and then they show up here. So like even though it's not perfect, it could still come off as like a really nice effect in the end. So right now when we play it, okay, we see that the two come together, but they're not like touching. They're not like making the logo yet. And that's because I didn't mess with the position of the face. So that's what I'm going to do right now. Just going to change the position of the face so that it kind of fits in here. So face is the V pre-comp. So if I hit position on here, you know what position it needs to be in. Okay, so I'm going to move this and slot it right where it needs to be, which is right there. And then we're also going to need to move the line that morphed into it. So that would be the medium line. And I believe the position, okay, yeah, so the position keyframe is right here. So yeah, it doesn't look perfect. It looks kind of weird. And as I move it, you can see this little dip in the path that it takes. Okay, you can see the little dip in the path that it takes, so we're going to have to adjust that. But in order to make the path do that little swoop, I had to mess with the Bezier curves. But let's see if this positioning is good. Load for me. This should be good. I think it's too much. Are they intersecting too much? No, it's fine. Actually, let's put this over. Just one and up. Just a little bit. Okay, that's where I want the intersection. Okay, so now I go to the medium line. I can see my path is a little funny compared to the long line because I like how the long line comes out straight first and then it starts curving as it morphs. So that's what I want to accomplish with the medium line as well. So if I click on position, I get my Bezier curves here. So let's go ahead and pull this back up. Straighten out that line. Then, you know, I think it starts. Let's do that. Because I think it starts morphing early on. Yeah, it really starts morphing right there. Okay, let's play this. And it fits in. Okay, how's that look? Okay, it's still a little dirty, but we can clean it up later. For now, let's go ahead and do the left ear. So also for those of you that were with me last time and saw me get stuck, where like inside of this line, I would try to morph it and see how they're morphing now. They're morphing outside of this purple mask. Before, it would morph, but only stay within the purple mask. And that's because the PNG files, like the actual dimensions, like let's say 1,000 by 1,000, like it needs to be roughly the same for each image file that you're morphing back and forth between. So the PNG file for that line is just a small little bounding box. It's just a little, it's got its own dimension. And then the PNG for the V face is a much larger image. So we had to expand the bounding box, and there is an effect in After Effects that allows you to do that. And so if I click on medium line, you can see that there's this thing called grow bounds. So grow bounds allows After Effects to read the image like it's got 1,000 more transparent pixels. I set it to 1,000, it could be less. So if I bring it down, you'll notice it'll start getting cut off. Yeah, see? Okay, so now it's stuck in the box. But if I start expanding it, there, it should start popping out. So put that back. Put that back at 1,000. Okay. Oh, I forgot to turn something on. Hold on. And this will be helpful. Okay, there we go. Now you can see where I'm clicking. Okay, cool. So yeah, so that's what I did. That's what allowed me to morph a small object into a bigger object. So if I just back out of here, and let's do the short line. If I bring the short line up, and then everything, medium line's transparency. Okay. Yeah, I guess I brought all the transparency back. That's fine. So let's bring all this. What is this keyframe, by the way? Oh, this doesn't need to be here. Okay. So 100, let's get 100. And then where's the position? Just matching up the position keyframes as the same, because I want them to all be the same so then I can adjust them slightly later. Okay, so now the short line is right at the same as the medium, but I actually want it above. So about 3 transparent pixels. Okay, so that's 558.2. So let's do 558.2. Change the position. And oh, okay. So they're both 558.2. All right. So that was a bit strange. Okay. This is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to copy the entire position. I'm just going to do this. Just going to select this one. 558.2. Make this one 558.2. Okay, so that's the height that I want. It does take that dip, so I think I'm going to remove the dip. I'm going to have to change that position keyframe later too. Let's see, it's probably going to have to be like over here. And then fix this. I need this. Okay. So now we want to morph it into the left ear. So we don't have the left ear in here. Now we do. There's the left ear. It's in the right spot. And we want to pre-comp this so that we can get its scaling out of the way. So left ear pre-comp. Let's move. Okay. So we got the left ear. Oh, the short line is missing. Does the short line have the keyframes? Oh, I think it does. That's okay. I'll delete that. All right. Left ear pre-comp. Now we are going to we're going to trace it so that we can start morphing it into the left ear. So if we, where are we? Okay, let's do layer, auto trace, bing bada boom. We've done this a few times before. Let's do the same thing for the short line, layer, auto trace, bing bang boom. Okay, we got the masks. Now let's take the mask from the left ear, put it on a line. I can delete that. Let's add this, and let's also grow bounds. So let's grow the bounds of the line so that we can make it expand. So I'm going to make it 1000 just to be overkill. And then we're going to do reshape. Plop the reshape down on the short line. Let's turn off the ear for a second. Source mask, mask 1, destination mask, mask 2. Now we got our bounding lines, so let's create a few more. I'm gonna hold Alt and click, and let's see, that can go over there, that can go down there, and that can go up there. Okay, this should work. So then now, %. Whoa, that looks kind of funny. All right, hold on. There we go. Okay, so it looked funny at first because it was set to stiff, but then when I changed the liquid or super fluid, it fits the box. So the opacity is down. Hold on, where's the opacity at? 50%. Is that how we do it over here too? Yeah, I guess so. Okay. Well, we got the morph going, but we haven't animated it. So we're going to animate the morph as well. So we do have the movement of the line. Let me put this on half. Okay. So we have the movement of the line. And then as it fades in, that's when it starts morphing. So I'm going to figure out when my other comps morph, my other lines. Oh, I don't need this. Let's figure out when my other lines morph. Let's press E. Actually, we'll press U to figure that out. Okay, reshape. It morphs starting here. So let's do %. Let's go to 0. And then let's go to when it stops morphing. Let's go to 100. Perfect. And we are going to also position this so that it fits with the other fellas. And okay. Once again, it doesn't look very pretty, but that's because it's just the morphed effect. And then once we have it there, we want the left ear pre-comp to appear. So we want the left ear to take over, and then we also want the line to disappear. So it's at 100. We're going to move these over. I'm going to bring the line down to 0. Not 1, 0. Okay, so now we can see, here's the opacity for that line, the opacity for that line, the opacity for this comp. Okay, it looks like these keyframes are back here. But what we got, it's just a few flying pieces. Come from lines. I'll just render it out. Might take a little bit. But what we're going to have is we're going to have 3 lines that are moving together, because that's part of the brand. So they all move together. And I might adjust how quickly they move, because you can see some of them are out of line. So they all move together, and then they all start morphing in a weird way. And this will be motion blurred, so you won't really see the distortions on the side. So they'll start morphing, and then they'll get to their positions, and then they'll just solidify into the logo. That is what we're going for. Maybe I should morph the other one the other way, because it's tilting into the other one. Yeah, I should probably do that. But it seems like we're on the right track. And let's double check. Cool. Keep on rendering. And it is, it's looking pretty good. Okay. So then my idea after this, after I kind of like perfect how I want the animation to look, I'm going to have a little box appear like right behind the Fox face. And then the box will reveal like a lower third. And it'll put like the name of the founder of the company for his videos. Okay. So it looks like we got it. We're a little misaligned here. So let's position this. Bring it in a little. Okay, and then we're also going to bring it up, back in. Okay. So how's that look? Lines, morphing. Okay. Doesn't look super pretty right now. Let's see if we can reverse the morph of the short line here. It's depending on the what do you call these, correspondence points. So because I kind of have it rotating in an interesting way, I think I want this to go down here, and then I want this to go up. This one to go over here. So this should work out. Let's see how this works. It seems like it's still rotating in that direction. Let's see. Let's see if I remove these points. Okay. Don't want that. I want... Can I do it like this? No, I like... Just trying to test it out here. See if we can get the right rotation. Still a little funny. They are kind of close, which would explain it. I don't want that per se. Okay, so it does create the shape, it's just we don't want that corresponding point exactly. Or that one. That? No. I think we might have to do it this way. Let's see. Spin it? No, that's what we had last time. Well, I think that should be okay. And if anything, I can just delay them. So if I can, let's see, let's do about like 10 frames down. That's when the medium line starts, and then another 10 frames down. There's another line. Then I'm going to make sure that the opacities of these guys show up when they need to, which is right at there. Just going to have to render that one out again. So yeah, any questions so far? I don't think we have any questions. But yeah, for this one, we just picked up where we left off, and I'm going to translate it into a lower third as well. So once we have this, I'm just going to throw it into a pre-comp so that we always have this animation, and we can always go back to it. And so I can use this in a bunch of different ways to animate. I'm also thinking, I wonder if I can reveal the title, the name of the company, because what I do have here is I have this logo. I have these logos. I might do the black. So I think I want to import this, line it up, and then have a box come out of the fox, and then have it split in half, like just split in half, and then reveal the title. Thinking about doing that. Let's see. Just keep this render. Just keep it going. It's acting slow today. Not exactly sure why, but we're going to plop this in here. I think it's still rendering. Okay, good. And then I want to make sure that I have the right colors. Okay. So, I mean, this should be okay. It's not really a big deal. Now we're going to pre-comp all of this. Actually, we'll just create a new composition. We're going to do Cocoa third, and we're going to drop that logo animation in. Should be pretty smooth. Okay, I think I do need to render this part out. Shouldn't take too long. So yeah, like I said, I'm going to have that box. It's going to be like a gray box, and then we're going to throw some text on there, and then we can also make the text animate in different ways. I'm thinking about making every letter like rotate in. I do want to show you that. So let's go ahead and do it. Okay, so I'm just going to create this box. Well, let's do like a dark gray. We're going to pull the box out. This box is going to be right here. Logo animation is going to be above it. Okay. And the box also, I want to drag I would like to, let's see. I add the Bezier path. Perfect. So then I can pull this out. Okay, so I converted it to a Bezier path because I wanted it to be stretched out so that it fit right inside of the fox's head there. Okay, and then we are also going to, here we go. So this is the path that I want to get to, and then bam, click on these little corners, bring them in. Okay, and then it should stretch out just like that. Okay, so then I'm gonna have this happen after the logo is done. So when the logo is done, I'm gonna have this here, and then we're also gonna up the opacity. Go to 0, plop it, bring this down to 0, and it'll go up to 100 from here. So see, I'll also ease this in so it doesn't land as hard. Okay, so now we got the box animating in. And then once it's in, we can create a text layer. And then let's plop in, let's do the founder, which is Chris Mueller. Oop, forgot the M. And then I do not have his typeface, but I can live, and this does look pretty solid. So bring this up. There's that, and then we're going to copy it. Going to copy and paste it. Bring this down, and we're going to do CEO founder. Okay, oops. CEO and founder. I'm going to make sure that that fits well. Okay. I think I might put a line underneath, but for now, that looks pretty good in my book. And then we're going to make these fade on. So let's see. This fades on down here. Let's bring this down to 0. And I do want Chris Mueller to fade on first. Just to fade on second. Okay, so we have a pretty functional lower third now. Let me just let me finish rendering this out. So yeah, I hope that's helpful. You know, what I was working on inside of here from our last live stream, I ran into an issue that prevented me from getting this far. And I just needed that one extra effect called grow bounds. So it allows me to morph a small image into a large image, because otherwise a small image was stuck in its own image constraints and its resolution. So then I put that on, and then it started growing, and I was able to morph it into what it needed to be. So now that I have my like, it's not my final version of the animation, it's definitely my rough idea. I can start moving forward, and I can start sending drafts out to my client. And yeah, moving forward with that. I would have done something kind of similar like this to my logo if I had like, you know, this is a fox, right? So if I had like an actual like object or something that my logo was, rather than just letters, like just the name of my business, then I would be doing something like this. But it's a little different type of animation when you have letters as the main focal point of your logo. So then now that this is rendered, we just play it. Bam. See, it works pretty well. The morph still looks kind of funny. I'm definitely going to adjust that. It's just a matter of like how I want to move them around to make it look pretty fluid. But yeah. Okay. Well, that about does it. I appreciate you guys tuning in. I didn't really give you guys a warning for this one. I didn't make it public ahead of time, but still here, still up. Don't want to see that, but I just want to let you guys know that I have I'm available through my ParEdits helpline, and I have that available for you guys, so that if you want feedback on any video or anything like that. Sorry, this is distracting. Let me, here we go. And bam. No more of that. No more of that. Okay. So yeah, ParEdits helpline. You can reach out to me and we could talk more about animating, and we can dive deep into like specifics of like what direction you want to go in with your logo animation if you're working through it just like I am here. And I can give you feedback, and we can just start, you know, working together, because like I really enjoy helping people like you. I'm just looking to really connect with you and just try to bring your YouTube channel and your brand videos and even your business just put it on another level so that we can reach more people, get more attention. And so that's why I have the helpline open, just to help people just like you. So yeah, that's it, guys. That's it for this stream. I think, yep, we're just about out of time. And thanks for watching. I appreciate you coming, and I'll see you in the next one.